Okay, after we insert the USB key to the computer, then we go to find out the Focus Atlas support folder, and we find out the RIP software. Here we have two different kind of RIP. First is the Focus RIP version. Another one is the pre-factory RIP. And this RIP is according to your optional purchasing. If you only bought Focus RIP, then you will only have Focus RIP. If you have pre-factory, you will have pre-factory RIP. So which RIP for using is depend on the purchase list that you bought from Focus. So first, for example, we take Focus RIP. So we open the RIP file. We unzip the file to local disk. And we double click to start the installation. First, we choose the language by English. We click yes. Next, we choose the installation folder that we want. We command you to take to install to the disk C. Yes. Then next. We choose repair. Next. Then we choose finish. And next. Then finish. After we finish the installation, and we will got one icon on the desk, and we just input the USB key to the computer, and we open the RIP. It will show the Focus RIP. And first we go to the icon on the top left. We go to print setting. We choose the print model as Ricoh GI model as default. If not, we just set as default. We choose this one. Be sure this model G5i is as default. Then we go to accept. So here's the interface of the RIP. Here I have some icons new to set up a new cabins, and save the parameter, save the setting or the file. And here have some options. Also here show the language, English or Chinese. Also some ruler unit by millimeter. And also the tools for changing color setting like that, but it's not used for UV right now. It's almost for DTG mode version. Spot color like this, and here we go to spot color. Here, the first spot color is for white, and the second spot color is for varnish. And number 3 is empty. And here we just keep as default. The bleeding is for be sure to prevent the white ink or varnish printing overlap. So if you have overlap, you can cut the edge like minus 0.1 or minus 0.2 millimeter. If you put minus 0, minus is for cut. If you remove the minus like this, it's for increase. The overlap will be bigger. So normally we just keep minus like a 0.2 or 0.1 millimeter to prevent the spot one color white ink print overlap or spot 2 channel varnish print overlap. And the density increasing just keeps at default is okay. And also you can, if you choose spot, you must be sure that the picture you create a spot channel from Photoshop already. If you not create any image, don't have any spot channel from the Photoshop, you just load a picture to the RIP. So you just choose image base or the image base. You just need to choose image base by same density or image density or reverse density. So the spot option is only used for you have create a spot channel from Photoshop. Otherwise, you just choose the image based option. For example, right now we want to print a picture, and the picture we already made a spot channel from Photoshop. Let's see, we open the Photoshop to verify. For example, right now, I want to print the test print file picture. I want to print this girl. It's very beautiful. I want to print this picture as PM file, T file. This picture, this original picture. Here, so this picture is with spot channel. Load to Photoshop. Okay, then we go to here. We can see the channel, and here have white and varnished 2 spot channel. We create the spot channel ready. So here, this one is white, and here varnish. Only the ring and the tire with varnish. The white base is without varnish. The black area is with varnish. And also for the white, same. The more dark position, the more white ink print out. The more gray position pixel, the less white ink print out. And plus KCMY, we be sure these 2 eyes must be on. If you click off, they will not print with white or varnish. So open all KCMY and white and varnish. And also the eyes is on. So this picture is with white and varnish spot channel. Okay, then we load this picture to the RIP, focus RIP. We input and we find out the picture, the original TIFF format. We save as TIFF format. Here's TIFF format. TIFF. Please remember, it must be TIFF format, not JPEG or other format. Otherwise, the RIP will cannot detect the spot channel. Okay, so we load this picture. First, we set the size when we want print. For example, we want print 300 millimeter for the width, and the height will automatically change. We put on the king area, and we want print spot channel by white and varnish ink. Then we go to spot channel. We choose by spot because we already create a spot channel from Photoshop, and we put the overlap bleeding by minus 0.15 and minus 0.05, and the ink dot size we choose the symmetrical model. And which model is better, you can according to your using. Normally we choose the symmetrical version or symmetrical version with large middle dot. Especially for the varnish, we can use larger to middle dot. Like this, then we click OK. So we already have two spot channel with white and varnish. Then we go to print because we already set. Also, you can do some copies for X or Y axis. And you make position to change the position, rotate the picture. After we setting spot channel, then we go to click print. And here is very important. Here we have different ICC profile, different cubes, match with different ink, the hard ink, soft ink, high jet, high cube, wave, or normal standard wave. Because the Atlas, as before, must be told you that this print have two different wave. One is for high jet, for high cube, like print on the bottle, print on the basketball with high thickness cube, or another one with print on the flexible material to print by the normal standard wave. So which solution you choose is dependent on which material you want to print. So for example, this picture, I only just want print on the paper, the film, the paper, the wet paper. So I just choose normal. And what the ink I load to the printer is hard ink, so I choose hard ink. And advanced, I want the pictures more vivid, more colorful, so I can open the ICC profile. So here, if you click off the ICC, the print out picture will be not so sharp. It's a little bit dark. But if you open the ICC, the print out picture will be more colorful and more details coming out. So normally we just open the ICC profile option. And here's no change. Here's choose the file, no change, and also custom name. And here also you can choose horizontal or vertical mineral print, or any copies you want to print. Also you can print a frame, just only a little bit frame to. Also you can set the frame. If you choose print a frame, then only print a little bit 1 millimeter square to make the position, to make you too easy to make position to put on the material, put the media you want to print, but not print all the full image to waste the printing time. For example, right now I just want print picture on the paper, so I just click off, and then I click forward output. That means the printer will start print the bottom first, then print the top. From this way to print finish. If you click off, the printer will start to print from the top to the bottom like this way. So I just click on the forward output and I click print. I save to desktop, like test the print file, any words but not special characters. Like this. With white, with varnish, with white, with PRM format, and save. Okay, then the rip start ripping. Okay, after finish, we got a file from the task. We got a picture from the desktop, so we can load the picture to the control software and then start print later. So this is a procedure to use the focus rip version. And if you just don't want print with white or varnish, you just click none to click off the spot color. Then you print. If you only print with the file will only print with full color KCM white without white or varnish. So this is a procedure to use the focus rip to rip a file for printing. We just double click to open it. And we need to do some setting step by step. So first we need to set up the output device. So we choose folder and we select. We can put this folder is used for backup the file, to store the file after RIP. So we can choose disk. We can choose C or D that with bigger memory. For example, we put to D to D or C. It's better for setup to D. So we set up as PF plus RIP. And then we choose this folder for setup for the folder for output device after RIP. Okay, so after we already installed the pre-factory RIP, then we need to do some setting for the preference ICC profile and the other setting. So we find out the pre-factory icon, double click it. Then here we can see the name, the Focus G5i model for this RIP model. And then we need to go to edit. We find out the restore preference. And then we choose browse. And we go to find out the support Atlas support folder. Go to RIP software and print factory RIP. And we go to number 3, restore preference option. And here we can see there's a file named backup focus atlas pf RIP restore preference. We choose it, click open, and I choose yes. Then here we can see the setting all are restored back to the RIP. So here we can see the setting of hard UV ink, soft UV ink, and for each material like flat medium, high cube medium. The flat medium means the medium is flat surface as glass, acrylic board, PVC board, all are for flat medium. And the high cube medium is as the basketball, bottle, drinking bottle, mugger, that medium with high cube thickness. So we need to use the high job size and use the different print wave to print. And also each setting have different paths, a 6 paths and a 4 paths. The 6 paths is for high quality printing, but the speed is lower than 4 paths. The 4 paths is for high speed printing, but printing quality is worse than 6 paths. So all have a different setting for different material and also for different requirements. All the setting all the setting we are setting already before delivery, so do not any change. And also you can right click to go to choose setup queen. Here you can see all the settings belong to this kind of preference, as the printing size 1.3 times 1.1 meter and the profile standard ICC profile, all are we match already, so not change. So this the preference we need to load to the RIP. After we load the preference setting, then we can start to RIP the job. So here we have two kind of methods to RIP a job. First, we go to this kind of setting, preference, RIP a file, load a picture by this method. So first we need to know what kind of media we want to print. For example, right now I want to print a picture on the high cube media. I want to print a picture on the bottle or print on the high cube basketball. So the basketball is belong to high cube media, and I want to print with high quality. So I need to choose 6 parts, high cube media. And the basketball is hard material, but not soft material. So I choose high cube, hard UV ink, high cube media. After I choose this option, then we right click the mouse and choose add job. Then load picture. For example, I want to print up a girl with white with varnish on the basketball for sure. So I choose this file with TIFF format. This TIFF format. This picture with white and varnish spot channel already by Photoshop. So when we open the Photoshop this picture, we can see here it have white and varnish spot channel already. If you close, we are not print with white and varnish by spot channel. If you open, it will print with white and varnish as the image position you want. For example, this one, the white or print with full square, and the more dark position print with more white ink. But for varnish, here only the black area with print varnish. The empty white and the base we are not print any varnish. So after we set up already the picture by Photoshop, and we load to the rip. After load, it will automatically go to the top position, 0 position. And also we can change the position size. We choose this file. We can pure to change different size position. Also we can put the position here. And then the image size I want print. For example, I want print with 200 millimeter. After we set the printing size, then we need to set the white special ink. So here, when we go to the white channel, the white spot channel already detected by the rip. Here with white and varnish WV, that what we name from the rip here. So I want to print with white ink on white spot channel, W spot channel. So I adjust the white, I choose W. And 100% white ink density. And varnish, I choose V layer. If by this way, you choose W and V, so all the white ink and varnish print position will according to the rip, according to the Photoshop that we set up the channel from here. But if I choose and color or and white or inverse density like this, then it will print only with the certain position of this setting, but not detect the special spot channel from Photoshop. So what kind of printing quality or result you want, you can set as you want. But we strongly recommend you to choose to process the picture from Photoshop first. Then you can print any position with any white or color or varnish as you want to get the better printing effect. So after we set the spot channel and the size, then from here we can see all the settings are set already as hard UV ink and the ICT profile, the color standard, all are loaded already as the preference. Then we just don't need to do any setting. Or we can do some small setting from here, mineral printing or building printing. We -1 for we put 0.1 for make sure the white ink will not print overlap. For varnish, like this. Also have some special setting from here. After resetting, then we go to press submit to submit the file to the rip. So from here, then we go back to here. We can see the file already under processing. So after RIP, we can see the picture already processed, already finished, completed. Then we go to the output folder. We can go to see here, output folder. So we can see all the file, all the history processed file, all processed already with PRM file, PRT file. Then we load this file to the RIP, load the file to the control software for print. So this is the first method. We RIP the picture. But if we want to do the setting by ourselves, by customer setting, so we can go by this way. We go to the left top plus icon, press add job by this way. Then we load the picture we want to print. For example, this one. So here we can set the size. This table size not in the change, but we can set the position, the size, ICC profile. We can choose by ourselves the speed, or we can set by ourselves like this, the color rapid result, and all the settings we can choose by ourselves. We set up the file name, then we submit. We load the picture here, and with setting, submit. Then the file go to this position for processing. Okay, so these two methods to RIP the file from the preference area or from the laptop direct to other job. But we recommended you to set from here to RIP right click add job from here, because by this way it's more fast and it can prevent you do some wrong operation because all the preference we are setting already. Okay, so for other operation, you can go to the support folder. We go to RIP software, and here have a lot of user manual tutorial video to teach you the other operation for the RIP. And also have a user manual for that. And also, if you are professional, you have the BlackBerry or i1 facility, you can try to learn to make an ICC profile by yourself. But if you are freshman, you are interman, so we strongly recommend you to take the ICC profile that's already in the RIP software for safety. Okay, so this is all the procedure for installation and using for the printer factory RIP. Thank you.